not sure if I'm in the right...
Yes, indeed you are, respected Colonel.
How did you know?
It is Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
No, that's not my name. My name is Colonel...
I believe it's been recommended that tonight you use a pseudonym.
Oh, no, thank you. I took an antihistamine before I came.
May I take your coat?
Oh, all right, I suppose.
Not to worry, Colonel. It's just the maid in the hall with the champagne cork. Champagne?
Oh, don't mind if I...
Is this way, monsieur?
Are you expecting others?
Indeed. Pardon me, Colonel.
With pleasure, my dear.
Do come in, madam. You are expected.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you are a socialite to be known this evening as Mrs. White.
Yes, it said so in my letter, but why?
Mrs. White, may I introduce you? This is Lizette, the maid. I see you two know each other.
We've never met.
Champagne?
I think not.
Please, warm yourself in the lounge.
Why? Do I look cold?
A bit.
Oh, hello.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm rather pleased to meet anyone. More?
Oh, yes. Bonjour, monsieur. Please come in from the rain. Mr. Peacock, I presume.
Oh, yes, that's me.
Cook? Would you please take Mr. Peacock's coat? I see you two know each other.
Oh, please, I've never met this person before in my life.
Champagne?
My lips belong to the Lord.
Please, make yourself comfortable in the lounge.
Thank you. Oh, and Butler, for your hospitality. There's a couple of Benjamins and under the caramel spree.
How sticky.
Well, I expect to be treated like the husband of a...
Hold that thought. Right this way. After you, Mr. Peacock.
Well, thank you. Well, wow. Look at the magnificent detail of this mansion, isn't it? So, who are you?
Welcome to the party.
This is turning out to be quite the crowd.
Hello, is this the right address to meet a Mr. Body?
Sit! No, not you, sir. Please, come in.
Sorry, I suppose this letter has me rather anxious.
You must be Mr. Green.
Yes, that's exactly who I am.
Welcome, sir.
Wow, this isn't at all what I expected.
I find if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed.
Oh, I'm not disappointed.
Pardon me, sir.
Please arrive at 7:30 sharp on Saturday evening. Well, here I am,
Professor Plum.
if you say so.
Well, well, well. And I thought I'd seen everything.
Miss Scarlett, welcome. I didn't realize you and the professor were acquainted.
Oh, we're not. The bridge is washed out from the rain. My car broke down, and this professor offered to give me a ride. I didn't know we were headed to the same place, well, until we arrived.
How was your drive?
It's a long haul.
Indeed, it is a long haul, but then it's a very large house. This way, please.
Say, what is this god-forsaken place anyway?
This old place? Oh, this is Body Manor. Cook? Dinner?
Directly.
Appetizers in the lounge. After you?
Hors d'oeuvres, good. I'm starving.
I haven't had much of an appetite at all.
My. This really is a party.
Well, greetings all. It's a pleasure for you to meet me.
Oh, there's so many.
Ooh! Cocktail hour.
Oh, there's so many of you, I didn't realize.
Right, good then. You're all here. Colonel Mustard.
Presents.
Miss White.
Yes.
Miss Scarlett. Mr. Peacock.
How do you do?
Mr. Green.
That's me.
Professor Plum.
Right.
Greetings. I am Wadsworth, the butler. Tonight, as you may have surmised, nobody here is being addressed by their real name. A courtesy your host has provided you to ensure your privacy this evening. I suggest you follow his example and refrain from revealing too much about yourselves. You never know when... Ah. Dinner.
Sorry, I'm a bit senseless.
Dinner? That was more like a cocktail minute.
Mr. Wadsworth, you were saying you never know when. What?
What?
Huh?
This way, please. We really ought to keep him waiting. Cook can get quite cranky. Ladies and gentlemen, follow me. The dining room is right this way.
Oh, that's Miss Charlotte.
Oh, a Colonel.
Hello.
Oh, there. Yes, that's you, Mr. Green.
Say, this place at the head of the table, is that for you?
Indeed, no, sir. I don't sit. I'm merely a humble butler.
What exactly do you do?
I buttle, sir.
Dinner is served.
Thank you, cook.
So, Butler, what's this all about, this dinner party?
Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die.
Die?
Merely quoting, sir, from Alfred, Lord Tennyson.
I prefer Kipling myself. Do you like Kipling, Colonel?
Sure, I'll eat anything.
Say, what's the smell? It's something familiar.
Chaps in soup.
Oh, my favorite!
I know.
Oh, this is my favorite. Oh, this is yum, yum, yummy, yum, yum. Well, I guess I'll break the ice. I mean, I guess I'll get the ball rolling. I mean, I'm used to being the host. It's an important part of my life as the husband of a... Forgot. We're not supposed to say it really are. But I mean, I'm quite intrigued on what we're all doing here, and oh, isn't the soup just delicious?
I know who you are.
You do?
I work in Washington.
Washington? So you must be a politician's husband, Mr. Peacock.
Well, yes, I am.
Who's your wife? Maybe I know her.
Well, she's, Mrs. White. You've been awfully quiet. What does your husband do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
How lazy!
Not necessarily. Aren't you going to mention the coincidence you also live in Washington, D.C., Colonel?
How did you know that?
Oh, I've seen you before.
Does anyone here not live in Washington?
Oh, then is this about the Red Scare?
I'm not a communist, I'm a Republican!
Wadsworth, we've had about enough of this. Where's our host and wife you've been brought here?
Ah, speak of the devil. Pardon me, please.
Hey, I've got an idea. Oh, yes, Miss Scarlett, good thinking.
What exactly are we doing?
Well, the acoustic coupling between the door and the glass allows our sound waves to travel from one side to the other.
Oh, yes, arrived at the station, sir. Everything's going according to plan. We'll meet you in the study.
For God's sake, Wadsworth, I demand to know who's at the door.
May I interest any of you in any fruit or dessert?
No!
In that case, might I suggest we adjourn to the study for coffee and brandy, at which point your newly arrived host will reveal his intentions, your letters be explained, and the game will be afoot. Coffee? Brandy? Thank you, Yvette. That will be all. Oui, monsieur.
Where's our host?
He's not here. No one's here. What's going on?
Cigarette? Calm the nerves.
For Wadsworth, open after dinner. It's for you?
Right then. Are you comfortable?
I make a good living.
Oh, out with the Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, these instructions are clear.
I'm glad something is.
It seems the six of you have all received the same letter. advantage to be present on this evening, because a Mr. Body will bring to end a certain painful and long-standing financial liability. As it turns out, you all have one thing in common.
It's that Terry McCarthy. We're all being blacklisted, aren't we?
Close, Colonel. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable amount of time, all of you have been paying more than you can afford to someone who threatens to expose you.
Oh, please, what's someone gonna blackmail me for? I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, mister, don't we all?
Anybody else wish to deny it? Until you received your letters, you hadn't known who was behind your ransom. But now I'm sure even the least discerning amongst you has realized that the man behind your blackmail is Mr. Body himself.
Oh, you
Yeah,
think I can't
know
handle
these
little
things.
blackmail?
Who exactly is this?
My task this evening is to expose each of you, thus rendering you all culpable in each other's indiscretions.
Well, we hardly know each other.
Precisely.
Don't you think that you might spare us this humiliation?
I'm afraid I have no choice. We'll start with you, Professor Plum. It says here you were once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in pathological, lying lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the government.
So your work has not changed. But you can't practice anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted, has it not?
Why? What do you do?
Well, you know what male doctors aren't supposed to do with their lay patients?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, he did.
How awful! You know there'll be a reckoning for men like you. one of
I
these
hope
days.
so. Me too.
You're disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Mr. Peacock?
Well, I...
How then do you justify taking bribes in return for delivering Senator Peacock's votes to certain lobbyists?
My wife's a big consultant. There's nothing sinful about that.
Not if it's publicly declared. But if you slip cash under the stall door at old Ebbett's Grill, how would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
And when were you in the men's bathroom?
So, it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
And yet you've been paying blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers. Seems a little sticky, no?
We'll see here.
Well, I'm willing to believe you. I, too, am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
So am I.
Not me. You're not being blackmailed.
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right. But I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
Well, you see, I run a non-governmental agency that handles classified affairs.
Affairs in Washington?
So, is that how you knew Colonel Mustard? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlet.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
Oh, it's not true.
Is that true?
So
no,
it
it's
is
not
true.
Of course it's true.
Double negative.
A double negative.
A double negative? You mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. It seems the double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
You don't need any help from me, sir. Colonel, looks like you hold sensitive security posts in the Pentagon. Those negatives would most certainly compromise your position.
And what position exactly were you caught in, Colonel?
This is an outrage.
Mrs. White, you've been paying off friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
Say what you want. I didn't kill him.
Then why are you paying the blackmailer?
I don't want another scandal, do I?
Another?
We had a very humiliating confrontation. He had threatened to kill me in public. Why would he want to kill you? In public.
I think she meant he had threatened in public to kill her.
It was all over the papers.
And yet he was the one who died. Not you, Mrs. White. Not you.
He was found dead at home, unclothed. His head had just been chopped off, and so had his, you know. But I didn't do it. I'd been out all night at the movies. What was showing? The Naked Alibi. I like this one.
But he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
That's his job. He's an illusionist.
And yet he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist.
And lastly, we have Mr. Green, who is a...
Now listen here, Wadsworth. I don't need you to unmask me. I already know what you're gonna say about me.
What's that?
Mr. Green, who is a homosexual.
Not me.
I
Pardon? You asked who was a homosexual. I said, not me.
Yes, thank you, Colonel. But there's more to it than that, Mr. Green.
And what is that supposed to mean?
There's evidence to support the question of your politics.
Like my politics. What is working for the Republican Party a crime?
You swore an oath of allegiance to the Republican Party, yet neglected to vote for Eisenhower in the last election. That's grounds for an ousting, ever there was one.
The voting records are confidential.
Everything seems to have a price, Mr. Green.
So there you have it.
Have
what?
A crooked senator's husband, a lecherous doctor, a disloyal Republican, and so on and so forth. Not exactly adhering to an all-American standard of behavior, are you?
Depends on who you ask.
Well, if this body fellow is such a noble civilian himself, then why doesn't he report us to the authorities?
And give up the opportunity to make a buck. Come now, Professor. What could be more American than that?
Apple pie.
Oh, God. Look, we're being blackmailed by a renegade McCarthyist. Where does that leave us? And where is this Mr. Body?
And what does he want from us?
Who cares? I'm not waiting to find out. I've done nothing wrong.
I'm sorry, Mr. Peacock. You can stay in denial, but you cannot leave this house.
I'm a great senator's husband. You can't tell me what to do. Locked?
Indeed, all the doors are locked. The windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out.
Oh, you bastard! Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce your host for this evening and your blackmailer for life, Mr. Body.
Oh, you're such a shit. I'm so frustrated. I find you attractive. Mrs. White in the study with me. Thank you. I studied martial arts.
There's one more piece of information you may like to have.
What?
The police are coming in less than an hour.
Unless
what?
you all agree to double down.
And why would we agree to do that?
Because if you don't, I'll place this briefcase containing all the necessary evidence to expose you for your wrongdoing in the hands of the police, the press, and the House Un-American Committee. With the right spin, those fine fellows can make a commie out of anyone. I expect some of you will spend a lifetime in jail, and others a lifetime of shame.
You
That's why
bastard.
you walked straight here.
Unless
what?
Well, there is something you could do for me. Something I just can't bear to do myself.
What?
Please, have a seat.
Is it okay?
Yes, go ahead. Oh, my God. Are you
This bag are 6 packages that I thought our guests might find useful this evening.
Packages?
Presents, if you will. I'm a generous sort of fellow.
Are you?
Wadsworth, will you see to it that each guest receives a gift?
Gladly.
Thanks, what? Receipt.
Would anyone like to make a guess as to what's in your boxes?
Perfume? Candy?
Oh, where's Scotch?
Oh, aren't guessing games fun? Please, open them.
A candlestick? What's this for?
A wrench?
A lead pipe.
A dagger.
Revolver?
Oh! It's a rope.
In your hands, each of you holds a lethal weapon.
Really? What? Lethal.
You all came here tonight because you believe the evidence against you is so serious that you would do anything to keep it a secret. And I'm putting that theory to the test.
You are?
Wadsworth here is the only other person who knows of your secrets, and it's costing us all dearly to keep them quiet.
Wadsworth?
What do you mean?
Well, I wouldn't have to double your payments if I didn't have to pay Mr. Wadsworth for his silence.
Wadsworth?
That's a lie.
Please, he may look suave and charming,
Thank you.
but he's really conniving and manipulative.
False.
Why do you think he's called the police?
You called the police.
Only because he instructed me to do so.
Did I? Ladies and gentlemen, if only we can manage to get rid of Wadsworth, I'll have no need to expose you to the police or increase your blackmail.
Get rid of?
Does he mean killing?
In fact, if one of you can manage to eliminate Wadsworth,
Yes, I think that's what he means.
who not only knows all of your secrets, but also mine, then I will eliminate your blackmail altogether and be done with this terrible business, once and for all.
You would never.
But why make us do a body? Why don't you do your dirty work yourself?
Yeah.
Why should I when the 6 of you are so uniquely motivated and armed.
What a patriot.
After all I've done for you, he's a lie on one of you and not a butler and indentured servant.
A familiar refrain. Don't make a scene, Wadsworth. It's over. Hurry, the police are on their way. Now's your chance. The only way for you to end your blackmail and avoid finding yourselves on the front pages is for one of you to kill Wadsworth. Now.
Is he breathing?
Stand back. I'm a doctor. He's dead.
You had the gun!
I did.
So you shot him.
I did not.
If you didn't, who did?
Somebody grabbed it from my hand, and the next thing I knew, there was a shot.
There's no gunshot wound.
Oh, he's right, there isn't. There's a bullet lodged over there.
Eagle eye, Miss Scarlet.
But if the bullet's over there, then how did he die over here?
I don't know. I'm not a forensics expert.
Something else must have killed him. One of us must have killed him.
I need a drink.
Maybe Mr. Body was poisoned by the brandy.
Poison? No, Mr. Green, I can't. No, Mr. Green, it's okay. It's okay. Keep talking.
Out of my way!
No!
Well, someone had to stop him screaming. None of you were going to do it.
Was the brandy poison free?
How the hell should I know?
Looks like now we'll never know.
Unless he dies too.
The scream's coming from the billiard room! Who's in there? Who's screaming? Yvette? Yvette, you all right?
Yvette, are you alive?
Of course I am alive, you idiot. No thanks to you. What? You locked us all up in this house with a murderer.
So the murderer's here.
We?
Where?
Where? Here. We're all looking at him. Or her.
What took you so long?
I'm an old man who may or may not be poisoned, okay? It's amazing I'm anywhere.
I heard all of you in this study. One of you is the killer.
Well, how could you hear us in the study?
I was listening. I have a tape recorder in the billiard room connected to the study. Major Body asked me to record your conversation.
And why would he ask you to do that?
For more evidence, of course. Wadsworth revealed your secrets in the study. Now they're all recorded.
What a snake! I've got to destroy them. Where are the tapes?
Who cares about the tapes? What about the body?
Wait, what body?
Body's body!
But Yvette, why were you in there screaming? All by yourself.
Because I was frightened. I also drank the cognac. Maybe I am poisoned too. Plus, one of you is the killer. Major Body is dead.
We have to figure out which one of them did this.
What you mean by which one of them?
Well, I didn't do it.
Well, one of you did. I would have done it myself, but I didn't have access to a weapon.
Don't look at me. All I got was a candlestick.
Maybe it wasn't one of us.
Who else could it have been?
Who else is in the house?
Only the cook.
The
cook!
Well, as far as I can tell, the cook's not here.
Oh, wow. What a lovely kitchen. My wife and I had a kitchen like this. Our very first brownstone.
With a dagger in its chest? This makes two.
To what?
Murders.
I hate murders.
I think you'd better explain yourself, Wadsworth.
Me?
Well, who else would want to kill the cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at a time like this?
My defense mechanism.
Some defense. If I was the killer, I'd kill you next. Guys, I said if I was the killer. There's only one admitted killer here, and it's not me. It's Mrs. White.
I've admitted nothing.
You paid the blackmailer. How many husbands have you had?
Mine or the women's?
Yours.
5.
5?
Yes, just the 5. Husband should be like Kleenex, soft, strong, and disposable.
No. Well, if it wasn't you, who was it? Who had the dagger?
It was Mr. Peacock.
Oh, somebody put it down!
Where?
In the study, any one of us could have picked it up.
I never even saw that.
I don't know what the dagger is, to be
Well, if
honest.
it wasn't me, then it must have been Mr. Green.
Somebody please help me up!
Good Lord, let him up.
Yeah.
You really ought to learn to speak up for yourself better, Mr. Green.
Might I suggest we take the cook's body into the study?
Why?
Well, for starters, once the police arrive to find this, we'll all be in custody under suspicion of murder.
Murder?
And secondly, I'm the butler. I like to keep my kitchen tidy.
Well, Rockwell, I'm a woman.
The body's gone.
What are you all staring at?
Nobody.
What do you mean?
Nobody. Nobody. Mr. Buddy's body is gone.
Maybe he wasn't really dead.
He was.
Well, we should have made sure.
I thought I had.
Well, maybe he was dead, but someone moved him.
Who would move him?
And why?
How should I know? Well, if he's not here, then where is he?
Oh my. What's this I meant? If you'll excuse me, I have to, is there a little boy's room?
Oui, oui, monsieur.
No, I just need to go to the bathroom.
There's a toilet outside the billiard room.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but we do currently have a small issue of 2 dead bodies. One present, one missing, and the imminent arrival of the police.
The bridge is washed out. That should buy some extra time.
But I don't want extra time. I want the police to arrive. I am trapped in this house with a murderer.
But once the police arrive, the rest of us are doomed.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's no one else in this house?
No.
Then there is someone else in this house.
Sorry, I said no meaning yes.
Oh, meaning yes?
Yes.
Look, I want a straight answer.
Don't look at me.
Wadsworth, is there someone else in this house? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is, or no, there isn't?
Yes.
Look, I want a clear answer. There seems to be some confusion as to whether or not we're the only people in this house.
There isn't.
Isn't anybody confusion, or there isn't anybody else?
Maybe that's both.
Just give me a clear answer.
What was the question?
Is there anybody else in this house?
No!
That's what he says, but does he know?
Look, we're dealing with the missing dead body of Mr. Body, a couple with his dagger in his chest, and all these easily accessible weapons. The rope, the revolver, the candlestick, the wrench, and hey, who has the lead pipe?
It's Mr. Body! He's attacking him!
Oh, he's so bloody.
Stand back. He's dead.
That's what you said the last time.
I believe in second chances.
Mr. Body dead again?
I'm gonna faint.
I'll catch you.
No.
I can catch you if you
It
like.
was a joke. It was a joke.
Mr. Peacock,
Yes.
where did this happen?
In the bathroom, I opened the door and there he was. At first I thought he was attacking me, but he was left up, propped up against the door frame, ready to fall on somebody.
Who would do such a thing?
Takes a lot of guts to kill someone twice.
That's what I call overkill.
But why? What's the difference?
Makes a difference to him.
Makes a difference to us. We've got to find out who killed him, where, with what.
Seems like it was probably the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Plum.
What kind of sick game are you playing here, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game.
Green, you, the lead pipe belongs to you.
Yeah, but I dropped it on my way to the kitchen.
People don't just drop murder weapons.
I didn't know it was a murder weapon when I dropped it.
So anyone could have picked it up.
Yes, but who did?
evidence?
Body's briefcase is locked.
There has to be a key. Mr. Green, would you be so kind as to search Body's pockets for the key to the briefcase containing the evidence of our crimes? So we may destroy said evidence once and for all?
Why me?
Why not?
I guess.
Where'd you get those?
I don't like germs.
For fingerprints?
No, really, it's just germs.
No, you heard the props. All the fingerprints.
I got it.
Give it. Ew. Here. Thank you. It's empty.
Empty?
See, I told you Body was a liar. Had the evidence in his briefcase my foot.
You have to find that evidence.
And destroy it.
We can't afford to have any more murders.
Evidence against us aside, we're currently in a room with 2 dead bodies.
And the cops are on the way.
Let's move the corpses to the couch so they look less dead.
There we go. Yeah.
Some party this is turning out to be.
Careful, don't get guts on the ground.
Cadavers are heavier than they seem, aren't they?
Well, I wouldn't have known before this.
Oh, yeah. Me neither.
Aren't you all meant to be young and strong?
Of course. Thanks for the sake. Besides the bodies, we need to do something about the homicidal maniac on the loose, and the 2 dead bodies, and the room full of murder weapons.
Here's an idea. Let's put the weapons in the bag.
And what good will that do?
Then, once we have all the weapons, we will zip up the bag.
Most murderers now know how zippers work, Mr. Wadsworth.
I know that. Then, once I find the wrench, put the bag in the safe.
Terrific. Where's the safe?
The safe is in the hall.
I don't see a safe.
Is that an original Trumbull Wadsworth?
Those are quite valuable.
Now is not the time for our appreciation, Butler.
Oh.
Come on, a hidden safe behind a portrait. How original.
There. Locked.
Voila.
Well, what are you gonna do with the key?
I'll put it in my pocket.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
But what if you are?
Here's an idea. Let's throw it outside.
Oui, à l'extérieur.
But it's raining at Exeter.
I'm not suggesting we go outside, merely that we stay inside, but throw away the key.
But you'd have to open the door, wouldn't you?
I would.
What if the killer's outside?
Better out than in.
Yeah, we'd want to keep him outside, wouldn't we? If we open the door, we risk letting him back in.
Well, what if we open the door, we'd encourage the killer to go out? The killer seems to be doing a fine job of opening and closing doors all by himself. I don't see how us opening the door for one tiny second could make any sort of difference.
But what if we open the door, throw away the key, and the killer catches it? Then the killer would have the very key we're trying to confiscate.
We may be overthinking this. Follow me. I'm gonna go throw away the key.
Was that the killer?
He didn't look like a killer.
Takes one to know one.
Leave it to me, guys. Interrogation is my specialty.
No.
No,
my car broke down out there. I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Are you a killer?
What? No.
Oh, of course.
No, I didn't intend to. What? Is it?
What, body?
What?
No body.
Oh, right, sorry, there's no body. There's no body in the study.
No, that phone's been disconnected. But I think there's one in the lounge. There, locked. I thought you didn't have the keys. Now listen, I've always had my keys, Miss Scarlett. Now listen, we haven't much time. Our task is twofold. One, find the evidence, and two, find the murderer.
We've got one potential suspect contained in the lounge, but that leaves the whole rest of this place up for grabs. Who knows what's behind all these doors?
I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We split up and search the house.
Split up.
Yes, that way we'll split up into pairs. That way none of us will be alone.
What
Yeah.
if we split up into pairs? Whichever one of us is paired with the killer might get killed?
But then we would have discovered who the murderer is.
But the other half of the pair would be dead.
Yes, this is war, Peacock. You cannot make an omelet without breaking eggs. Any cook will tell you that.
But look what happened to the cook.
Is that a risk you're willing to take, Colonel?
What choice do we have?
None.
All right, troops, divide and conquer. I'll split us up into teams. Eeny, meeny, miny.
No, Mrs. White, you come with me. Mr. Peacock, you go with Professor Plum. Yvette, you're with Mr. Green. And Miss Scarlett, you're with Eeny Meeny.
But what if someone doesn't come back?
We'll remember you fondly. Now leave no door unopened and cherish your partner. Now may be the last person you ever see.
Go on. I'll be right behind you.
That's just why I'm nervous.
Why? It's just us. We're alone.
That's just it, Mrs. White. No man in his right mind would ever be alone with you.
Fine. You go in there. Are you going in?
Yes, are you?
Yes.
On three. 1, 3.
Nothing in that room.
Nothing in that room either.
Should we search the ballroom?
After you.
This is quite an impressive library.
How am I supposed to know what I'm looking for? How am I supposed to find anything if I don't know what I'm looking for?
Civilized society is perpetually menaced with disintegration through this primary hostility of men towards one another.
Your fancy words don't intimidate me, Professor.
I take no credit. Freud, he was onto something.
Now is not the time for academic pursuits. We're supposed to be finding the evidence.
It's a fruitless search if you ask me. It's not like we're just gonna walk into a room and find evidence plastered on the wall.
Well, I guess we better find another room.
Come on, let's go upstairs. Maybe we'll be excited by something in a bedroom.
Oh, please, I've been excited by something in a bedroom for years.
tobacco pipe.
What do you think that means?
Who knows? But it seems suspicious if you ask me.
I just did answer.
Honestly, Colonel. This is the last room left to search in this beastly manner, and we still haven't found the evidence.
You know, I think this time has been productive nevertheless.
Aren't you a Pollyanna?
You're a brave and determined lady, Miss Scarlet, and I really hope after this expedition we can remain friends. I mean, you know, it's just been a lovely group of people on all. And I suppose I would like to hear Mrs. White explain how and when she lost her veil in the billiard room, but...
You found White's veil in the billiard room? Odd.
Odd?
Odd. Ah, a trap door. A trap door leading to a secret passage. Come on.
Ladies first, Miss Scarlet.
How heroic.
Where are we now?
How should I know? The lights are off.
Well, turn them on.
I would if I could see anything.
Well, okay, I'm gonna feel my way around.
Don't get any funny ideas.
The table,
A telephone?
chair.
A body? A body! Help! Help! Murder! Get us out of here!
Let us out!
Let us out!
We can't let you out. The door to the lounge is locked.
Lost? You have the key, Wolfworth. You left the motorist in here.
No, I haven't. The keys are gone.
Gone?
I have an idea.
Oh, please get us out of here.
There's no alternative. I'm just gonna have to break down the door.
Oh.
Stand back. I'm a doctor.
Stand back, I'm a woman.
What was that? I will help you. I'm done shooting at you. The door is open. You can come up now.
Why are you
What
shooting
was
at
that?
us?
To open the door?
But you could have killed us.
I said stand back.
Let's add finding the key to the lounge to our priority list.
Say, Frenchie, where did you get that gun anyway?
The safe. It was unlocked.
Unlocked?
Impossible. I have the key. No, I haven't. It's gone.
Gone.
Not to beat a dead horse, but again, I feel like having all the keys is
I
really
thought you said you'd throw away the key to be safe, Wadsworth.
I did say that, but I didn't do that. We got distracted by the motorist at the doorway, and I forgot. One of you must have taken the keys from my pocket while we were searching the house.
So, whoever has the keys is the killer.
Speaking of the killer, the motorist is dead, you know. He's dead in the lounge.
So, which one of you killed him?
We found him together.
It was already dead.
The door to the lounge was locked.
Yeah, I know. We went through a secret passage we found in the conservatory.
A secret passage? Who designed this place?
The Parker brothers.
That makes sense.
We do? Here, I hope we get to you next.
Quick, I'll let you go.
Don't worry, it's not the police.
I'm going to open the door.
No, no!
It's the right thing to do.
That's a terrible idea.
Evening, officer.
Evening, sir.
We've been expecting you.
You have?
No, we haven't. We haven't, no.
You have
Surprise.
I got a tip about an abandoned car in Gabriel's house. Did a motorist pop by when they shot?
No.
Yes, no, yes.
There seems to be some disagreement. May I come in and use the phone?
No.
Of course you may. There's one in the lounge.
No, there's not one in the. There's not one in the lounge. Out of order.
Oh, my mistake. There's another one in the study. Occupied.
Of course, officer. You may use the phone in the library.
Let me. You're acting quite peculiar.
It's because the chandelier fell down.
I got that.
I love that chandelier like a child.
It could have killed us, but don't worry. The maid will clean it up.
Oh, we love that maid.
That's all. Let me go. What's going on in the lounge in the study?
Lounging, studying. This way, please.
Let me have a look.
No, thank you.
What?
This way, please.
Actually, I'd like to take a look around if you don't mind.
Of course, officer. Follow me. I'll take you on a grand tour of Body Manor. This home was built by Lord Reginald Body in 1784.
We've got to cover our tracks and get rid of this guy. Yeah.
Lord Body had been declared Lord Body after some body discovered an antibody that saved everybody.
What's going on around here? What's going on in those 2 rooms?
Which 2 rooms?
The lounge and the study.
Oh, those 2 rooms.
Yes.
No, officer, I don't think you should go in there.
Why not?
Because it's all too shocking.
Hello, officer. Welcome to the party.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Pardon me.
Good night, officer.
Good night. Well then. That wasn't all that shocking, mister. Those folks were just having a good time. Why didn't you tell me it was just a party?
My apologies, sir.
Let me have a look in the lounge if you don't mind.
Evening, officer. How do you do?
These men. Drunk.
Dead drunk.
What?
Want a sip?
Oh no, you can't do your job. Chief will kill me.
Killed if you do, killed if you don't.
What?
What?
Have a lovely evening, officer.
Say
Bye now.
well then.
I can explain everything.
No explanation necessary.
There's not?
This is America, and there was a pursuit of happiness. May I use the phone then?
Of course. The library, officer.
Thank you.
All right. You come out now. Well done, all of you.
Nice touch with the alcohol.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, I've locked them in the lounge.
How'd you do that? I thought you didn't have the keys this time.
I don't have my right pocket keys, but my left pocket keys are intact. Now, the police are on their way. We haven't much time. We must finish searching the manor.
But the police already came.
Not the broken down car police, the criminal investigation police.
Precisely. We must find that evidence, and we can't afford to have any more murders. This is getting dangerous. Now go!
Hello? Hello? Power outage. Must be the storm. Hello, Chief, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello? Who turned out the lights? Hello? Oh, it's only you? You scared me. I thought you were the killer. Oh, what is that in your hand? Did you find a clue?
Oh, good, Chief, you can hear me. You see, I got a tip that that car to get in his house. They're having some sort of party. The lights just went out. And you couldn't believe you were just saw.
Let there be light.
Did you hear that?
Sounds like a telephone's off the hook.
I think it's coming from the library.
We investigate.
I'm going in.
Are you scared?
Of course.
What, a fate worse than death?
No, just
Excuse me, Mr. Cop, are you alright? Do you require assistance? A phone book, perhaps?
Listen, Copper, the butler asked you a question. Hang up the phone or I will.
we should be safe here.
I don't feel safe.
I can't relax.
How about a round of pool?
Oh, I love pool.
Cool.
I am receiving telegrams.
fresh record. 3 murders.
6 altogether.
The cook, Mr. Body, the cop, the motorist, the vet, singing telegram girl.
But who is the murderer?
Ain't that the million-dollar question?
Sometimes the most obvious answer is right under our noses. I think the best course of action is to retrace our steps. All started like this. At the start of the evening, there was thunder, lightning, the dogs barked. Ding dong, Colonel Mustard. Ding dong, Mrs. White, who noticed a vet. Then, Mr. Peacock, who noticed the cook. Next, Mr. Green. Sit! No, not you, sir. Please come in. Then, Professor Plum. Miss Scarlet. Then, dinner is served. Well, that's more like a cocktail minute. To the dining room. Shark's fin soup? Oh, yummy, yum, yum, my favorite. That's when Mr. Body arrived and we all went to the study. Who is this body fellow, you British butler? How do you do? Then Mr. Body asks, packs up packages. Ah! Mistake! Oh, it's a rope. That's when Mr. Body switched out the lights. Now! Body was dead, but not free. Really, he was alive. But we didn't know it. Then, Peacock drank his drink. Poison! That's when we heard. Ah! To the billiard room. Mr. Peacock joined late. I'm an old man, may or may not have been poisoned. It's amazing I'm anywhere. Next, Miss White asked, who else is in the house? To which we all replied,
Zero.
Who we found with a knife in their chest. Then the motorist showed up. No, then I said we take the cook's body to. Then I suggest we take the cook's body into the study. But Body's body was gone. That's when motorist showed. That's when Peacock entered with body on his body and blood in his beak. Then the motorist. Are you a killer? And I locked him in the lounge. Dead. That's when the unexpected cop showed up. Hello, you're all acting rather peculiar. Can you canoe? Dead. That's when the maid was strangled in the billiard room. Dead. Which brings us to I am thanked. And here we all are. Impressive.
Yes, but what does it prove? Nothing.
Well,
Enough of this. I know who the murderer is.
You do?
I do.
we're listening to Scarlet, who do you accuse?
It was Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver. We all heard the gun go off, Professor, and I found your stupid little tobacco pipe while we were searching this manor. When did you drop it, huh? While we were scoping out the best vantage point to kill your next victim? I bet that poor singing telegram girl was a patient of yours, right?
I never even saw that girl before in my life. It wasn't me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gun is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Whoever has the gun is the killer.
No?
Won't be able to prove anything if you're all dead.
That may be so, Professor Plum, but if we're alive, officers, there's your man.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Handcuffed, chief of police. And Professor Plum, you're coming with me. That's not how it happened. It happened like this.
We're listening, Professor Plum. Who do you accuse?
It was Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
I never left.
I found your Medal of Honor in the lounge where the motorist was killed by a wrench to the head. And that wrench belongs to you.
That's a lie.
Ladies, empty your purses. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Whoever has the wrench is the killer.
I've got a wrench.
Well done, Wadsworth. Colonel Mustard, you're coming with me.
No, that's not how it happened. It happened like this.
We're listening, Colonel Mustard. Who do you accuse?
It was Mrs. White in the billiard room at the Row.
I'd rather die.
I found your veil. I found your veil in the billiard room, and I saw how you cringed till I when they had served you dinner.
Yes, it's true. Now I knew Yvette. She had a torrid love affair with my late husband. I hated her. I hated her so much. Flames on the side of my face, but just because I hated her doesn't mean I killed her.
Well, the rope is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, woo!
Well done, Wadsworth.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what he said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Markham Woods, Chief of Police. Mrs. White.
It happened like this.
Mrs. White, who do you accuse?
It was Mr. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger. I have your feather by the corpse.
Woo! Wow!
Oh.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Bury the hatchet, Chief of Police.
But that's not how it happened.
It happened like this! Who do you accuse, Professor Mr. Peacock?
It was Miss Scarlet with the candlestick in the library.
You can't do this to me, Wadsworth.
Frankly, Miss Scarlet, I don't give a damn.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Maximum. Chief of Police.
But that's not how it actually happened. Really, it happened like this. I know who the murderer is. You do? Who? All of you. Freeze! Nobody move. You're all killers. No, we're not.
You can't prove anything, Mr. Wadsworth.
I'm not Mr. Wadsworth, I'm Mr. Body.
How can you be body blood on me?
It wasn't Body who was bleeding.
So if Body wasn't Body, then who was he?
He was Lantern, my butler.
But then, if you're the real Mr. Body, what was the point of dragging all of this out?
The madness of retracing of our steps?
Well, when you started murdering people, I decided to roll the dice. See if you'd self-implode. Kill off my entire network of spies and informers, which you all did splendidly, by the way. Generously leaving your fingerprints on every glass, doorknob, and dead body. So now, I have each of you on the hook for murder.
Murder.
Bribery for petty crimes is one thing, but murder? Now that is certainly going to get expensive.
But why this whole charade?
Well, why not? It's all part of the game, you see.
Game?
Yeah, well, I'm relaxed now. Now that you've killed everyone off, I've gotten off scot-free. There's no evidence left against me.
But the police will be here any minute. You won't get away with this.
What's so funny?
The police were never called, were they?
They were never on their way.
Now listen up. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna stack the bodies in the cellar, lock the cellar door, leave body Manor one at a time, and forget that any of this ever happened.
I can't forget all this.
With murder on the menu, the price of blackmail has tripled.
Forgotten.
Now, move!
Now, hold on a sec. We can still rush him. He's got no more bullets left in that gun.
You don't think I'm gonna fall for that old trick, do you?
It's not a trick. There was 2 at the chandelier, 1 at the door, another 2 at a different door, and 1 at something else. The body.
That's not 6.
Yes, it is. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
Nuh-uh, there was only 1 shot that got the chandelier, not 2. That's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you were right, which you were not, that'd be 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
1 plus 2 plus... Shut up! Point is, there's 1 bullet left in this gun, and anyone who moves is gonna get it.
So you're just gonna keep blackmailing us and we're supposed to forget this ever happened?
Of course. Why not?
I'll tell you why not. Larry Goodman, FBI! The jig is up.
Or is it?
Miss me.
You're FBI?
Allow me a moment. I've been told I'm a dead ringer for Green. He got a letter, just like you all. But unlike you, he went to the Bureau to ask for help. I took his place so we could have a sting operation.
Some sting. 6 people died on your watch.
I usually work the desk. My beat is property crime, you know, theft, fraud. So that's why I was so tickled when the real Mr. Wadsworth risked his neck to drop off a whole briefcase worth of information.
You've had the evidence this whole time.
It's all here. Miss Scarlett's books, including names of customers and employees justifying why she killed the cops, who's listed here on her payroll.
Give me that.
And a love letter addressed to Professor Plum.
That is private property.
That singing telegram girl was the teenage daughter of the head of the you-know-who. Who would have come clean to Daddy? Who would have rinsed out Professor Plum? So you killed her.
Now see here.
And these negatives, and these negatives, Colonel. Bet you couldn't be a colonel anymore if, let's say, the motorist had showed those negatives to your general. Like these ones.
Just wanted someone to cuddle with.
Shark's fin soup indeed, Mr. Peacock. Too bad your old cook couldn't keep quiet about your briberies. Maybe you wouldn't have killed him just before joining us outside the billiard room. Now I know what really took you so long.
The circumstantial evidence will never hold up in the court of law.
But this notarized record from the cook will. Damn it. And Mrs. White. You weren't lying, were you? You really did hate her.
Flames. Flames on the side of my face.
We get it. Here's the fingerprints found at the scenes of your previous murders.
I never murdered my husband.
Fingerprints I'm sure the police would love to track to the ones found on the rope around Yvette's neck.
I wore gloves.
You mean these?
Damn.
And lastly, Mr. Bobby Body.
It's Robert.
You think I care? The illicit green card love affair is the icing on the cake of this FBI file. You mustn't have hated Yvette, did you?
What's it to you?
Your butler, the real Wadsworth, was feeding us information for months. Talk about a real American.
He was British.
I don't care. I see why you'd want to kill him twice. Your shot missed him in the billiard room, but he wisely played dead. It wasn't until you found him trying to escape that you bludgeoned him to death with the lead pipe I dropped on my way to the kitchen.
I mean, really, who drops murder weapons?
I didn't know it was a murder weapon. The Body family has been wanted for decades for organized crime. But that all ends here. That all ends today.
You leave my family out of this! You shot me. You shot Mr. Green.
Yeah, I did. I tell you, this is the most interesting night I've had in a long time. And now, you're all under arrest. What? Officers, here are the criminals you've been waiting to arrest.
All right, who done it?
They did. They all did. But if you want to know who shot Mr. Body, it was me, Special Agent Larry Goodman, in the hall with my gun.
Well done, Goodman.
That's what he said.
Well, oh wait, is this the part where I... Yeah. And that's how it really